Today's lesson is about review for Cycle 1 Major Test A. Number 1. A point on the terminal side of angle theta equals this one. Find the exact values of 6 trig functions of theta. This part is the formula for you to use. So we set up x equals 3 square root of 2 and y equals -4. For radians, we do 3 square root of 2 square plus -4 square. A square root of b square. That will be a square times b. Because square root of b, that's b. Then we do this a square, that's a square. So we got 9 times 2 plus 16. That will be square root of 34. This is a simplified radicals because cannot be divided by 4, 9, 25, 49. So for major trig function sine theta, that equals the y over r, you will get -4 over square root of 34. We do square root of 34 over 34, -4 we carry on. Then reduce. We got -2 square root of 34 over 17. For cosine theta, get the x over r. That will be 3 square root of 2 over square root of 34. Remember, inside this square root, we can reduce. So this is 1, this is 17. So we got 3, square root of 1 is 1 over square root of 17. And then square root of 17 over 17, this is a 3. For tangent theta, you will get y over x means -4 over 3 square root of 2. So square root of 2 over 2. Then we got -4, 3, carry on. Reduce here. 1, here is -2. So we got -2 square root of 2 over 3. Then we go to -1. For sine theta, -1 will be cosecant theta. Flip which one? It's better. This one is better. So we got negative square root of 34 over 4. For secant theta, we got flip this one. That's a square root of 17 over 3. For cotangent theta, I can flip this one. You will get -3 square root of 2 over 4. Let's go to B. Still, we label x, here's y. So we got x equals -square root of 3 and y equals -2 square root of 6. And r equals square root -square root of 3 square. Don't forget this parenthesis. I add -2 square root of 6 square. Remember a square root of b square. That's a square b. So we got this one is 3 plus negative 2 squared is 4 times square root of 6 squared is 6. You got the 27. 4, 9, 25, 49. You will get square root of 9 times 3. So square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 3. Then for cosine theta equals x over r, you will get negative square root of 3 over 3 square root of 3. Reduce square root of 3 both sides, you got negative 1 over 3. For sine theta, you will get y over r equals y, that's negative 2 square root of 6, r 3 square root of 3. Then check inside this square root. We can reduce. This is 1, here's 2. So we got negative 2 square root of 2 over 3. For tangent theta, you will get a y over x. So we got y is negative 2 square root of 6. X is negative square root of 3. Reduce. We got 2, here's 1. Negative negative will be positive. That's how you get the 2 square root of 2. That's a tangent theta. After we found the major trig function, let's go to minor trig function. For secant theta, you will get negative 3, because you need to flip this value for cosine theta. For cosecant theta, I need to flip sine theta. That is negative 3 over 2 square root of 2. Square root of 2 as a denominator. So we simplify as square root of 2 over 2. Then carry on this negative 3 and 2. You will get denominator is 4, negative 3 square root of 2. For cotangent theta, you need to flip 2 square root of 2. So 1 over 2 square root of 2. Square root of 2, I can get square root of 2 over 2. Then carry 1 and 2. You will get square root of 2 over 4. Then you need to check the sign for each trig function. We know this angle is in the quadrant 3. So we have CST. Tangent is positive, the other two is negative. Then you can check tangent positive, cotangent positive. Rest of this is a negative, 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 negative. That means you are on the right track. For number 2, find the exact values of remaining trig functions. You got to use all students take a calculus to decide the quadrant. First of all, we got sine theta equals negative 2 square root of 2 over 5. And secant theta less than 0, which means cosine theta less than 0. Sine theta, that's less than 0. For sine theta less than 0, we know that is TC. For cosine less than 0, we know that will be st. Therefore, for A part, theta is in quadrant 3. From this quadrant, get two conclusions. First of all, coordinate for this quadrant will be negative x, negative y. And for quadrant 3, that's CST, means negative, negative, positive. Now let's go back to sine theta equals negative 2 square root of 2 over 5. Sine theta equals y over r. So we got y, that's negative. Check over here. Yeah, that's right. So negative 2 square root of 2. And we got the r equals 5. R always positive. So from given formula, we can figure out that x will be negative because it shows over here. Then we do square root. R squared, that's 5 square minus 2 square root of 2 square. Then we will get negative 5 squared, that's 25, minus this one is 4 times 2, that's 8. So we got negative square root of 17. Therefore, I can working on the cosine theta. That will be x over r, means negative square root of 17 over 5. For tangent theta equals y over x. That is negative 2 square root of 2 over negative square root of 17. So for square root of 17, I can get square root of 17 over 17. Negative, negative, that's a positive. Then 2 square root of 2 carry on. So we got 2 square root of 34 over 17. Square root of 34, that's a simplified square root. You cannot do anything for that. After you get all major trig function, we can get the minor one by flip the major trig function. So for cosecant theta equals, flip this, you will get negative 5, 2 square root of 2. So for square root of 2, as denominator, I can do square root of 2 over 2. Then carry on this negative 5 and a 2. So we got negative 5 square root of 2 over 4. For secant theta equals, flip this one, we got negative 5 over square root of 17. Therefore, square root of 17 over 17, negative 5, carry on. For cotangent theta, there's no easy one for you to flip. Still, middle part is easier. I got square root of 17 over 2 square root of 2. So simplify square root of 2 over 2, square root of 17 and a 2 carry on. So we got square root of 34 over 4. And you need to check the sign using this one. You have tangent is positive, cosine and a sine it's negative. For tangent and cotangent, positive. So we get the rest of 4 negative. Negative here, negative here, negative, negative. That means you are on the right track. Let's go to B. When cotangent theta equals square root of 2 over 4, cosine theta less than 0. So we will figure out that quadrant. Since cotangent theta, this is a minor one, we need to change into major one. So tangent theta equals 4 over square root of 2. We got square root of 2 over 2. Then 4 carry on. Reduce, get the 2 square root of 2. This is a positive. Cosine is negative. Let's go to all students take calculus. Since tangent is a positive, so we got all t. Cosine is negative, we go to st. Therefore, theta is in quadrant 3. We got negative x, negative y. Also, we got CST, means negative, negative, positive. So, for tangent theta equals 2 square root of 2 over 1, which means y over x. Since xy, that's a negative, therefore I will get y equals negative 2 square root of 2 and x equals negative 1. Therefore, for r equals square root negative 2 square root of 2 square plus negative 1 square. You will get, this is 4 times 2. That's 8 plus 1 means square root of 9. That's 3. So we got sine theta equals y over r. That is negative 2 square root of 2 over 3. And cosine theta equals x over r, means negative 1 over 3. For monetary function, we got cosecant theta equals negative 3 over 2 square root of 2. Then we got square root of 2 over 2. Carry on this negative 3 and 2. You will get negative 3 square root of 2 over 4. For secant theta, we flip this one. That is negative 3. Now let's check the sign. We got the positive for tangent. And sine, cosine are negative. Tangent is a positive. We got over here. Sine, cosine both negative. Then cosecant and secant are negative. That means you are on the right track. Let's go to number 3. For y equals this cosine function, fill in the box and graph it. We need amplitude, new origin, then period. Before you figure this out, you have to change your cosine function into transformed form, like this. You have to take these two outside so that you can change it into B parentheses x minus c format. So we got y equals -4 cosine 2x minus 2 pi over 3 minus 1. Then we divide it by 2. Still -4 cosine. Then we take a 4 outside. This will be x minus this drop down. You will get 2 pi over 6. That means pi over 3 minus 1. From here, you can figure out the amplitude is 4. New origin. Inside is liar. That's why you got opposite for insider. They will move to the right side. That's why we got pi over 3 and -1. Period. That's B equals 2. This is B. This is A. Here's B. This is C. Here's D. For period, we got 2 pi over B. That means pi. For maximum, you can use original function or you can use a transformed function. You will get the same answer. Therefore, let's do this. For cosine function, this one, you will change it into plus or minus 1. Then you will get -4 times plus or minus 1 minus 1, which means two things. -4 times 1 minus 1, that's -5. -4 times -1 minus 1, you will get 3. Maximum is 3, minimum is -5. For the transformation, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. So first step, that's reflect across x-axis. Second step, that's vertically stretched by factor of 4. For third step, that's horizontally compressed by factor of 1 over 2. For fourth step, we move to the right pi over 3 units. For fifth step, let's go down 1 unit. So we already got new origin that is pi over 3 -1. Check this graphing paper. We know the unit will be pi over 2 divided by 3 because you have 3 units between pi over 2. That's you got pi over 6. So let's label pi over 6. How many units are there for one period? We got to do pi, that's period over pi over 6. The same numerator reduce, then 6 goes up, that's 6 units. So we need to find the new origin, that's pi over 3 -1. Pi over 3. 1 unit is pi over 6. 2 units here is 2 pi over 6. That is pi over 3. So how to count the units? Each unit, suppose this is a pi over 6. You think about 1 pi over 6, 2 pi over 6, 3 pi over 6, 4 pi over 6, then 5 pi over 6. For some, you can reduce them. So you got the pi over 3, pi over 2 here. This one is a 2 pi over 3. Therefore, pi over 3 negative 1 is here. Then we draw the coordinate plane here. Count to the right 6 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's over here. This is the one. Then midpoint is here. Then midpoint again. Midpoint again. A is 4. That's why I go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Go down 4. That's over here. Then the pattern, that's a negative cosine. This is the pattern. We need to figure out like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. Get started from the minimum. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we can sketch this graph. That will be like this. Let's do some correction for some mistake made in number 1 question B. This is a reduce. You will get negative 2 square root of 2. This part is 2. Here is 1. Square root of 1 is 1. So 3 times 1 is 3. Therefore, for cosecant theta equals negative 2 square root of 2. Here's 3. And we can get square root of 2 over 2 for this square root of 2. Then 3 and a negative 2 carry on. Then we got answer negative 3 square root of 2 over 4.